Ariyantanam, Namo Sitanam, Namo Ariyanam, Namo Ovajanam, Namo Loye Savsauram, Eso Panchan, Namo Karo, Sava Pava Panashano, Mangla Rancha Savvesim, Padmam Hoi Mangalam.
Now, the mistake, who is at the back? Dipesh, is it Sanya? If she can sit. Okay. Okay, no, the mistakes were there. Not eso pancha namokaroni, eso pancha ramokaro. Sorry, ramoyaro. Sorry, ramoyaro. So that mistake was there. Pashi, did you say Havai Mangalam or Hoi Mangalam?
Hoi Mangalam.
Okay, fine. So that is okay. Okay. Rahul, are you ready to share the books? Yeah, please share Balbodh Pat Malavan. Binanti, we can't see your face. You'll have to adjust your camera. Okay. Now, Sanya, you're learning to read Gujarati, isn't it? Have I just observe the letters? Okay, just observe. Okay, scroll up, please. Chapter 1. No, and niche. Namokar mantra. Okay, niche. Look, Sanya Jo and everybody, not only Sanya, not Namo. It is not Namo. It is Namo. Okay, Namo Ariyantanam. So I will just sing it. Namo Arihantanam. Namo Siddhanam. Namo Ayariyanam. Namo Vajayanam. Namo Loye Savvasahunam. Down. Eso panchanamo, not namo. Eso panchanamo yaro. Savva pava panasano. Mangalanancha savvesim. Padamam hoi mangalam. Sorry, Rahul, please, please go down. Eso panchanamo, namo. Eso panchanamo yaro. Look, not namo. Eso panchanamo yaro, savva pavapanasano, mangalanancha savvesim, padamam hoi mangalam. I will send you the recorded, I will record it in my voice and then I will send it. Okay, we have done chapter 1. 2 and 3 we have also done. In chapter 3, we have to answer the questions. Sanya, for your knowledge, chapter 3 is on Chovis Tirthankar Bhagwan, okay? This is just for your knowledge and also for like Bina Auntie's knowledge. So we have also done chapter 3. Now we just have to answer the questions. Bhagwan kone kahe che? Can anybody raise their hand? Bhagwan kone kahe che? Rahul Vais Punam.
She'll join us in a couple of minutes.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Okay, fine. Atish, please turn on your video. Bhagwan kone kahe che? Yes, Bina Auntie, unmute.
Tirthankar.
Tirthankar is Bhagwan, very true, but that is, your answer is only partially correct. Okay, your answer.
જે વિતરાગ અને સર્વજ્ઞ છે તે ભગવાન છે.
જે વિતરાગ, yeah, excellent. જે વિતરાગ અને સર્વજ્ઞ છે, તેને ભગવાન કહે છે. Rahul, what does sarvagna mean? I'll give you a hint. Sarva plus gne equals to sarvagna. Sarva, look, sarva is easy. Plus gne, Sanya has a very good memory. Sanya? Yes, well done, Rahul. So, Sanya, you have a good memory. Listen, sarva means all, and Gne means all the objects, basically all the objects. So one who knows all the objects is Sarvagna. So who is Sarvagna Bhagwan? Atish?
Sarvaga, all Tirthankars and all Acharyas, Tirthankars.
No.
Sorry,
Acharya
Arihant
can't be.
and Tirthankars.
Yes,
Arihant
Arihant.
and Tirthankars.
Yes, Arihant, Siddh and Tirthankars only.
Yes.
Okay, because
Yeah.
Acharya,
Not
Upadhyay and
Acharyas, yeah.
Huh.
Sadhus are still human, yeah.
No.
Not
It
human,
is-
but they don't have so much knowledge as the Vitragi or the Sarvagna Bhagwans ever take.
Yeah, okay,
They're
fine.
still on
Yeah.
the path, yeah.
Good. Okay, good. So, Poonam, Tirthankar to khali 24 hase. There will only be 24 special people who will be given that position. Sanya. However, Arihant and Siddh, even you and I can become. We have to go through the journey. We can't sit at home and become Arihant Bhagwan Dipesh. We can't sit at home and become Arihant Bhagwan and Siddh Bhagwan Sanya. Atul, in like order to be a Arihant and Siddh, one first has to attain Samyak Darshans. Samyak Darshan means that one has to experience the soul Alka. After that, that can be done in the house by a man and a woman, and the third sort of body that we get, which is called Napunsak, that is a half man, half woman. Right? So all these three ling and a ling, so all these three genders can actually experience the soul sitting in the house. After this, one becomes a Muniraj, not a female monk. Muniraj, only Muniraj will go and continue his sadhana, his penance, and then become Arihant and Siddh Bhagwan. So who remembers the like what is the why is it that there are only 24 Tirthankars, but all of us can be Arihant? So the reason is that only 24 men will be given that title, and all Arihants, this is an important point, Binandi. This is an important point. All Arihants all Tirthankars are Arihant. Dipesh. Because Arihant is a position, it is a position. Remember that. So actually, this is not, it has got no like technicality. All what you have to know that a Tirthankar has got a double position. One of Tirthankar and one of Arihant. Now, all of us can't have a double position. Only 24 men will have a double position. However, all of us can be Arihant. And once, like naturally, once one becomes Arihant, one will become Siddha Bhagwan. Because Arihant is Rahul, Bhagwan with a body. And Siddha Bhagwan is one without the body. Now, this is the law of nature. Remember, Jain philosophy, Sanya, Jain philosophy is not some rules made by people. This is the law of nature, Atul, that if the sun is going to rise from the east, it will set in the like in the west. That is a law of nature. Nobody has made this law. And in like order for us to be happy, we have to attain that Arihant position. We have to attain that Arihant position, and then we become Siddha Bhagwan, the like our true nature, which is one without a body, Rahul. So let's just close this book for a minute, because some people look slightly puzzled. Let's just close the book for a second. 1 second. And like ask questions. If you ask questions, Jayjanandra, Neelamanti, if you ask questions, you will actually enjoy it more, because otherwise it will feel like I am talking and somehow maybe you're understanding, maybe you're not understanding, but ask questions. Okay, Sanya, ask questions. Fine. So how it works is that we have a time cycle. Now, this is very, very fascinating. This is actually very fascinating, because on YouTube these days we see this law of attraction. I'm sure all of you have seen it, and it's become so popular these days, the law of attraction. Now, Sanya, what happened, like, we have got 6 eras, Rahul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, Alka. So the first 3 eras, no one has to work. No one has to work, because there are these wishing trees called Kalpa Vruksh. Kalpa Vruksh is there. Now, the reality is the tree is not giving us anything, but this is just what we see with the eye, that say, for example, I wish for a drink and I get a drink from this wishing tree. This is how it works. But what it was in reality was that the person's man, vachan and kai were in alignment, Atish. So whatever they used to ask, like a thought from within, for example, I want orange juice. So if I say I want orange juice, Neelamanti, what happens is that orange juice suddenly appears, and it appears in these wishing trees, like Dipesh. So this was how the universe was in the first, second, and third time cycle. Nobody had to go to work, because obviously in order, there was no slogging. Even if one has got a very high position like a CEO, like if you just take London as an example, because all of us have been to London and even studied, like some of us have even studied in England. So we have noticed that even people on such high positions leave home at 7 o'clock in the morning. They are slogging. It doesn't matter even if they're the CEO of like PwC or whatever. We have seen it, So in that time, there was no slogging. There was literally no slogging. Now, it doesn't matter, because here in Kenya, we see that our servants are home by 7 o'clock in the morning. But in Western countries, you even see that these CEO are even at the office at 7 o'clock. So, there is that contrast that you see. And what is this trying to say? That the first, second, and third, the time cycles like Neelamanti were called Bhog Bhumi. One just used to enjoy. And there was no killing, no fighting, like a lion used to come and sit next to a human being. This is exactly how it was. Like a lion would literally come and sit next to a human being, Atish, and there was no killing at that time, or there was no bad thoughts, literally, because it is like what these videos say, like on YouTube, that when you put a thought in the universe, that thought becomes reality, because these videos have like suddenly become so popular these days. So this is actually reality. This is actually reality, which used to happen in the first, second, third era. They used to put a thought in the universe, and they used to get it. Like, for example, like Sanya, you ask for a bicycle. You get a bicycle like this. You don't have to, for example, this is just an example. You don't have to tell your dad. Then your dad goes to the shop. He gives like 1,500 shillings. Then you buy a bicycle. No, that process was eliminated. That process was not there. Like Sanya, you ask for a bicycle, it would appear in your house at that time. That was the power of the thoughts at that time. Now, Neelamanti, then came the 4th era. Yeah, Atul, just a second. I'll just answer your question. Then came the 4th era. Now, 4th era, what happened was, now a little bit of dukh started to come. કારણ કે ત્યારે તો કઈ દુઃખ હતું જ નહીં, કઈ દુઃખ જ નતું ત્યારે. ગમે તે તમે માંગો, you used to get it, like, at that moment you used to get it. Now in the 4th era, dukh started to appear. And because dukh started to appear, one now started to question, like Rahul, who am I? What is the purpose of life? Why do I have to work? Why are these now animals started to kill humans now? Why are these animals now killing humans? Why am I like dukh mane kem che have mane dukh kem che? Like 4th era ma 24 તીર્થંકર્સ થયા, જેને ધર્મ ઉપદેશ દીધો કે આવી રીતે મોક્ષે જવાય છે. And that law of attraction, what we call today, continued to exist in the 4th era. If you look at Ramayana and Mahabharata, if you remember back in the day in KBC, KTN, when it used to come, they used to show those arrows, and when the 2 arrows used to collide, they used to vanish. I don't know if you guys remember this, but they used to vanish. And And like that was the power they had at like that time. Like literally you would see Arjun do like a mantra sort of a thing, and like a brahmastra would appear, and then he would suddenly shoot it. I mean the law of attraction still existed at that time, but now they realize that this law of attraction is limited to this human life only. But in order for us to attain moksha, permanent happiness, we need to look deep within the soul. And why in the soul? We will answer that like question. Why is it only soul? Why is it that it is only soul that one needs to look into? Sanya, why is it only soul that one needs to look into? And if you look at even like Jain Mahabharat, which is called Pandu Puran, Pandav eventually attained moksha from Palitana. હવે next time પાલિતાણા જાઓ ત્યાં એક route છે જ્યાં યુધિષ્ઠિર, ભીમ અને અર્જુન have attained moksha from Palitana. ત્યાં like Shatrunjay, the mountain which we call Shatrunjay mountain ji છે ને, ત્યાંથી they have attained moksha, these three. And then Nakul and Sahadev went to heaven, and then in the next bhav they will attain moksha. Okay, so this law of attraction continued to exist, but Rahul now started to realize that this law of attraction is there, but it is giving us only happiness of the human life, or like mundane life, basically. So now they started to ask questions, and Tirthankar thava mainda. Tirthankar is a position one gets. It is like a CEO like position that one gets, that only he has that command over people to bring crores of people together and give them this updesh ke atma anubhuti kevi rite thai ane sachu sukh ke anand sukh bina anti kevi rite mali shake. So this is who a Tirthankar is. Now all of us can become arihant. Again, arihant is a position. It is a position, and remember, in Jain philosophy we never bow down to a person. We bow down to the gun, to the qualities one has. We always bow down to the qualities. We don't have rag ke ahu Mahavir ne namis, ke Shantinath Bhagwan ne namis, ke like Rishabdev Bhagwan ne namis. Emni Rishabdev hoy ke Ajitnath hoy ke Sambhavnath hoy ke Abhinandan hoy, ગમે તે 24 તીર્થંકર હોય, બધાની ક્વોલિટીઝ એક સમાન છે. એક સમાન છે આતિશ, એક સમાન છે. બધાની ક્વોલિટીઝ એક સમાન છે. And that is the reason we bow down to an arihant. And the Tirthankar is a arihant. How do we know who is an arihant? By two qualities which Bina Aunty said, Sarvagna and Vitragi. These are the qualities. This is only if one claims to be a god, he should have these two qualities. Otherwise, Rahul, don't bow down to anybody. If one claims to have these two qualities, Atul, only then bow down to them. Sarvagnapanu and Vitragpanu. So a Vitrag Bhagwan will not have clothes, but when we see another god in comparison, yeah, Punam, I'll just answer your question, and also Atul's. Like these are the qualities of a Vitragi and a Sarvagna. One knows it all, infinite knowledge. And a Vitrag is one without likes and dislikes. Now just imagine, with likes and dislikes, if I had infinite knowledge, what my mind would go crazy. For example, if I knew that so and so person tomorrow there's going to be a theft there, at their house, or at like so and so's person there's going to be a death, at the third person's house there's going to be a fire, what would my mind be like? So one cannot be a Sarvagna without being a Vitragi, Dipesh. Because imagine if I have so many likes, so many dislikes. For example, if I like Sanya, and if I knew that tomorrow she's going to win an award in school, so I will be so excited. I will be so excited that I'll just tell her today. That is not how a Sarvagna behaves. That is not how a Sarvagna behaves. He is Madhyastha, meaning he is in equilibrium. No likes, no dislikes, and he's just absorbed in the soul, experiencing infinite happiness. Atish, he's experiencing infinite happiness because he's in that equilibrium of no likes, no dislikes. Now, for example, if like Punam is my friend, I will want, if I'm a Sarvagna Bhagwan, I might want to favor her and tell her, no, do it this way, do it this way, do it this way. If you do it this way, this way, this way, everything will go in your favor. But that's not how a Sarvagna Bhagwan works. It's no likes, no dislikes. So this is a quality that everybody must understand. And Vitrakpanu. So coming to close this chapter, because it is almost 9 o'clock, we want to start with the new chapter. So just in one sentence, તીર્થંકર બધાય આપણે બની શકે છે પુરુષાર્થ કરી આત્મા અનુભૂતિ કરીને. This is the law of nature that all of us can become a arihant, but તીર્થંકર they will only be 24. And naturally, if one becomes a arihant, one will become a siddh. Okay, now Atul and then next Punam can ask you a question.
તમે મેન્શન કર્યું 3 એરામાં બધાય સુખમાં છે, હેપીનેસમાં. but એ એરામાં do they attain
No,
no
they because there's no tirthankar, there's no one to tell them how to do it.
okay, so they're just enjoying it.
They are temporary happiness is like the correct like understanding of it, that there is happiness, we can't deny it. કારણ કે કઈ કામ નથી કરવા, કામ કર્યા વગર બધું મળી જાય છે ત્યાં. So there is happiness, it is temporary, and moksha, sanya, is not temporary, but it is going to be eternal happiness for infinite time. So Atul, moksha is arihant and siddh bhagwan ne જ હોય moksha, and that is going to last for infinite years. Now if one is born, for example, in the first, second, third era, naturally one day they will die, isn't it? One day they have to die, and then where do they go? Narak ma jai shake, nigod ma jai shake, તિર્યંચ એટલે animal ma jai shake, પાછું fourth era ma banine, for example, cobbler bani shake. You know, so I mean, cobbler is not one who has, I mean, like respect when you think about it, or like a gardener, that your you know, like your boss is always telling you, you didn't do this, you didn't do this. So this person born in the first, second, third era can be born anywhere after that, because that time period will finish. Yeah. Okay, Punam.
Yeah, Kamal, I'm just thinking, so જ્યારે તીર્થંકર ભગવાન હોય અને કેવલ જ્ઞાન મળી જાય, અરિહંત પદ પહોંચી જાય, પછી eventually એલાકા તો સિદ્ધ પદે પહોંચી જાય, right? So why are we saying કે તીર્થંકર ને બે પોસ્ટ છે, અરિહંત અને તીર્થંકર? Why are we not saying સિદ્ધ and તીર્થંકર?
Siddh and tirthankar, because look, here we're living in the at the moment we're living with the body, isn't it? And a siddh bhagwan is without body, so we can only compare like and like. Like for example, if you become arihant, like in the next, say, like in your next life, if you become arihant and you don't become a tirthankar, meaning ke divya dhwani nikhire, you know, you will not have a samavasaran, and people will not come to listen to you. I mean, that is the difference. That is the difference between arihant who has got two positions, one of arihant and one of tirthankar. But for example, if somebody has only the position of arihant, sanya, any matek samavasaran ni thai, where people will come to listen to him, crores of people, like a Frenchman will come, a German man will come, a Spanish person will come, Atish, and ત્યાં om dhwani ma khirse, om dhwani nikarse, and that om gets translated in all languages. Like if a lion comes, he will understand in his language. If a cow comes, a cow will understand in his language. If you come as a Gujarati, you will understand it in Gujarati. If somebody like an person who speaks Kiswahili comes, he will understand it in Kiswahili. So that is the difference between arihant and tirthankar. Hi, Taisha, come. So, Besha. Okay, so one who has got both the positions is tirthankar, and one who does not have the position of a tirthankar, he will still go to moksha. Penis mate, the only difference is that crores of people will not come to listen to his Divyatwani. That is the only difference. And both have got no likes, no dislikes. The Tirthankar has got no likes or dislikes. Mane to karor ave chhe sambarva rojna. He will have no likes. He basically is in a state of equilibrium where he's absorbed in the soul, where there are no thoughts. There are no thoughts, and that state is called nirvikalp. That state of no thought, Beena auntie, is called nirvikalp. Atish, nirvikalp. That state is called nirvikalp, a state of no thoughts. So be it a normal arihant or a tirthankar arihant, they don't really, like, the right word is care. If crores of people are coming to listen to them because they're absorbed in the soul, and they are only knowing kyatla aiva, that's it. The knowledge is only happening, but there are no likes, no dislikes. Yeah, okay, now let's move.
Gurudevata. So what is Gurudev?
So Gurudev was Gurudev Kanji Swami was living in the house. So he is a Shravak. He's just a Shravak, and one can experience the soul in the house. So like Srimad Ji, like Srimad Rajchandra Ji no aaj Janma Divas છે અને like Gurudev Kanji Swami had also experienced the soul. Ewa to ketla hase jivo. Like if you look at our history, like Jaychandji Chabda, the one who translated Samaysar from from Prakrit to Sanskrit, Jaychandji Chabda. He was in Jaipur about 400 years ago. Then there was Todalmarji, who also experienced the soul. He was also in Jaipur, I say about 400 or 500 years ago, right? So
What does that mean when you say you experience the soul?
So
Sorry.
when you experience the soul, meaning that now your belief has changed, because now our belief is so strong, Alka, at the moment, Taisha, our belief is so strong that I am this body called Atul. It is whether one says it in words or not, until you don't experience the soul, that Shraddha will not change. That Shraddha will not change. And by example now, we will understand what we're trying to say. That Shraddha will not change. So at the moment, our Shraddha is still that I am this body called Komal. It is, if you wake me up at 3 o'clock in the morning, I will still say that it is that strong. It is, we are in a state where we might say, ki na hun to atma chu, but that is only in words. It is not in feeling. So the correct understanding is that it is not in feeling. In feeling is that when I wake up in the morning, I have to brush my teeth. That is the feeling we have right now. I have to have a bath. I have to eat breakfast. That I-ness is still in I am a body. You know, we have learned to speak I am a soul, but that I-ness, that feeling of I-ness is still stuck. Like for example, hu Neelamanti chu. And I have got these many sons, these many daughters, these many grandchildren, my house is in this area, my family is in this area, for example. So everything is connected to that body called I am Neelamanti. For example, so if you're Atul, I am Atul living in this area, like in my family, there's this people, etc. I go to work in this place. That I-ness is still in the body. So that is the difference. Now let's learn. Okay, this Dev Darshan, today we didn't get time. Now we'll do the other book. So it's okay. Like Dev Darshan, we will do it next week. Okay, so the 4, okay, now the 6th Dravya. Name the 6th Dravya, Sanya. Quickly, Sanya. Jeev, avde છે. Jeev, Pudgal, bol. Okay, Taisha, help her.
Jeev, Pudgal, Dharmastikay, Adharmastikay, Akash and Kal.
Very good, Sanya. Jeev, Pudgal, Dharmastikay, Adharmastikay, Akash and Kal. Okay, so now Taisha, name the 4 gun. There are infinite gun in Jeev, Atul. There are infinite gun in Pudgal, infinite gun in Dharmastikay, infinite gun in Adharmastika, infinite gun in Akash and infinite gun in Kal. So Baddai ma infinite che Alka. But now we're only learning 4 gun of Pudgal. Bol, Taisha. Quickly, quickly, Taisha, fast. You know this. Unmute.
Ras, Gandh, Sparsh, Nevarn.
Very good, very good. But say it in order. Learn it in order so you don't have to think. The order is from down to up. Look at me, Sanya. Sparsh means touch. Ras, I'm pointing at my tongue. So ras means taste. I'm now pointing at my nose. So nose is gandh. Varna is the color. Okay? Okay, Sanya? Okay, one more time. Taisha, very quickly, very quickly. Start from down and do the action so that Sanya can see you.
Sparsh, Ras, Gandh, Nevarna.
Very good. Clap for Taisha. Very good, girl. Okay. Now, Sanya. Now let's translate. Very quickly, we will translate, okay? Sparsh means touch. Ras means taste. Gandh means smell. And Varna means color. Now, let's learn something new because this way, all of us have learned this in the last class, apart from Sanya, who I will teach you tomorrow when you come for the children's class, okay? So now let's learn the 4 qualities of soul today. Let's learn the 4 qualities of soul today. So Gun, Alka, give the translation of Gun in English.
Charge of the
No, Gun, not Varna. Varna is color, okay? So Gun, it's easy. આપણે એમ કહીએ ને કે આનામાં આટલા બધા ગુણ છે.
quality of the
Good qualities. ને આપણે એમ કહીએ કે આનામાં કેટલા બધા ગુણ છે. She's good in cooking, she's good in this, good in this, good in this, good in this. So gun is good qualities. So remember, Punam, we have the soul, you are a soul, you have got infinite good qualities. You've got infinite good qualities. And that is you, that is what you're made out of. You're made out of infinite good qualities. Now let's learn the 4 gun that are found in the Atma. Like Nilamanti, bolo. કારણ કે તમને આપણે think ગઈકાલે કઈરા. તો તમે બોલો.
Darshan, faith. Gnan, knowledge. Charitra, conduct. And Sukh, happiness.
Very good. Well spoken. Ekdam clearly bola. Taisha, put your hands down. Listen. Darshan, faith. Now all of you can write this down. Nilamanti will say it slowly, and Taisha, you have to memorize. You have to memorize. Sanya, I know you have a very good memory, just like Taisha. You have to memorize, okay? Nilamanti, speak again, slowly.
Darshan, એટલે faith.
Taisha, say it in your mind.
Gnan, એટલે knowledge. Charitra, એટલે conduct. Ne Sukh, એટલે happiness.
Very good, Sanya. Sanya was saying it in her mind. Taisha, I didn't see you say it. One more time, Nilamanti, slightly faster. Now, Taisha will say it in her mind.
Darshan, faith. Gnan, knowledge. Charitra, conduct. Sukh, happiness.
Very good. Okay. So now Gnan aivu jo, Gnan aivu. Now like Atul, let me ask you, because you are like you are a person who works with numbers. So you are naturally working with logic, right? You are working like the mind is working logically quite often. Now let me ask you, Atul. Okay, where is knowledge coming from? Because is it coming from the brain? If yes, Why? And if it is coming from the soul, why? Okay, Taisha, 1 second, I will answer your question.
It's not coming from my brain. It's what I've learned. So perhaps my Ljubljana said lemon wash.
Okay, how about Dipesh? Because even Dipesh is involved with, I mean, he does a lot of social work and he's doing quite good work. So, like Dipesh, what do you think? Knowledge, like you are imparting knowledge in so many committees and everything. Knowledge, is it coming from the brain or is it coming from the soul? What do you think?
Soul.
Okay, soul. How about you, Sam? Okay, Taisha has raised hand. Bol, Taisha.
At least 4 things here, just written down.
Sorry, Taisha's voice is gone. He's just
Okay.
asking, what is this darshan, gnan, charitra, and sukh? What does
Okay.
it signify? What is
Oh yeah, what does it signify? Taisha, these are the 4 qualities, the gun, the good qualities of the soul. Like we said, sparsh, ras, gandha, varna. Didn't we just say that right now? Isn't it, Taisha? So those 4 are of Pudgal. Now these 4, darshan, gyan, charitra, and sukh, are the good qualities of Atma, of Jeev. Have you understood, Taisha? Okay, tomorrow with you, I will repeat it. Okay, tomorrow with you, I will repeat this. Fine. Okay, so now let's continue. Okay, now Poonam.
Yeah, Komal?
Yeah, so like what is it? Like where is knowledge coming from? The soul or from the body? Or like from the brain?
My instinct says to say so, but I can't justify why.
You can't justify. Okay, Alka can like justify. Alka. Try, at least try.
I think it's from the soul.
It's from the soul. How about you, Binanti? Unmute. Unmute, please unmute.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
I think it is from the soul,
And why?
because the reason being, like when a person dies, the soul comes out, and the body itself, it's the Pudgal. It's not the living thing. The soul makes it living.
Okay, you
That's
are.
what I think.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, you are partly, not partly, a large percentage of your answer is correct. I will give you 80%. Now, who can complete it? Nilamanti can complete it.
I feel it's from the soul, because some of the things that we do while we are in this body, we have not learned them in schools, or it just comes to us. We just sometimes we wonder how did we know this,
Okay,
and that's why I feel it's from the soul.
from the soul. Okay, Atish will answer, then Rahul, and then we go to Sanya. Atish, what are your thoughts?
Jeev no basic principle, or the first thing we learn as Jains is Jeev બધું જાણે છે. હું જીવ છું, મારામાં જ્ઞાન છે. So
Okay, good.
the whole knowledge is based on the Jeev, or the Gnan that the Jeev comes with. But because we've evolved so much not knowing, we always think that the Pudgal or the Ajeev things are doing the things that we are doing in this world. But the basic principle of Jainism is હું જીવ છું, મારામાં જ્ઞાન છે, હું જ્ઞાનથી ભણેલો છું, ભરેલો છું. These were the basic things that were taught to us being Jains. So it's difficult to understand, but that's what it is. And as
I
you
will
said,
give you, I will give you 90%. There's still something lacking. Something is lacking which Rahul or Sanya will be able to complete it. And it's so easy. It's so easy what is lacking. Well, what Atish has said, he has added to Bina Auntie's answer and he has brought it nearer to completion, but something is lacking. Rahul, try. And then Sanya, be ready, okay?
Okay, just taking it up one level, help from this one. The difference being the brain is Bhutkal and Jiv is what soul is Jiv, right? So apra Jiv ma already, as Atul ma said, apra already the knowledge is already there. It's how we in the Bhutkal state are accessing that knowledge.
No, I will give you 70%, less than Veena Auntie. But it doesn't mean that you're wrong. But you went a little bit on the opposite direction. Tamar, like Rahul, like a part of your answer was correct. Okay, now what's her name? Sanya and then Taisha. Quickly, Sanya.
I think that knowledge comes from the soul, because like almost everything around us is made of metaparticles, so also the brain is made of metaparticles. So basically I was trying to say that we don't get knowledge from the brain, because metaparticles don't really give us knowledge. So it comes from the soul.
Very good. This girl has brought it back to 90%. Well done. Clap for Sanya. Ketlu fine boily. Good girl, Sanya. Bol Taisha.
You get your knowledge from nowhere.
No, you get knowledge from the soul. Okay, Taisha, get knowledge from the soul. Anyway, with you tomorrow, I will do it. Okay, but it's good you're listening. It is good that you're listening. Okay, so what the only thing which all of you did not add was what Atish said was 90% correct. Hu jeev chu, mara mathin gyan ave che. Why? What is the logical reasoning? કારણ કે ઈ ગુણ જીવ દ્રવ્યમાં છે. ઈ પુદ્ગલ દ્રવ્યમાં છે જ નહીં ઈ ગુણ. It doesn't have that quality. જો સ્પર્શ રસ ગંધ વર્ણ ક્યાં જ્ઞાન ક્યાં આવ્યું એમાં? જ્ઞાન એમાં છે જ નહીં. એટલે બ્રેઇન માંથી દીપેશ આવતું જ નથી. એટલી ઓલું સ્ટ્રોંગ આવી જવું જોઈએ બિલીફ કે જે બ્રેઇન માંથી આપણે આટલા વર્ષો સુધી સ્કૂલમાં શીખવું છે કે બ્રેઇન માંથી નોલેજ આવે છે. ઇટ ઇઝ 100% ફોલ્સ. એટલું બધું દ્રઢતા, એટલી બધી સ્ટ્રેન્થ આવી જોઈએ આન્સર બોલવામાં કે ઈ કેવી રીતે આવે? પૂતગલમાં તો ઈ ગુણ છે જ નહીં. તૈષા, we don't have the attribute, the good quality called Gnan or knowledge in Pudgal. So Atish's answer, that is the reason why it is 90% correct. Hu jeev chu, hu Gnan જ છું, હું જ્ઞાનથી ભરેલો જ છું. So that is why it was correct. But what he missed was ke I gun, that quality is just, for example, Atul, is there a quality called sweetness in marcho? No, there isn't. So sweetness emathin avej kevi rite? It is so easy to understand, isn't it? So like Sanya, so easy to understand. Hold on, Sanya. For example, Sanya, if you are drinking, if you're eating sugar ma koi divas chili taste ave? Na ave, koi divas ni ave, koi divas ni ave. Forever and ever and ever and ever. What is it trying to say, Rahul? Forever and ever and ever and ever. હું જ્ઞાનથી જ ભરેલું છું. ઈ જ્ઞાન કોઈ દિવસ શરીરમાંથી આવશે જ નહીં. Where is the brain? The brain is in the sharir. It is in the body. Alka, the brain is in the body. So that is the reason. This is our fundamental mistake. Fundamental mistake. We are mixing Jeev and Pudgal. This is our mistake. And આપણો એક જ આ દોષ છે જેનું નામ છે મિથ્યાત્વ. Wrong belief. Wrong belief ભરેલું છે કે આ સોલ ને પૂતગલ ગમે તે ફોર એક્ઝામ્પલ મેં આ ફોન ઉપાડ્યો, મેં કેવી રીતે આ ફોન ઉપાડ્યો? પૂતગલે આ હાથ પૂતગલ છે, આ ફોન પૂતગલ છે, તો પૂતગલે પૂતગલની જાતે થઈને ઊંચું થઈ ગયું. હું તો અંદર જે જીવ છો મારામાં ઈ કેવી રીતે, how can I move પૂતગલ? Are you understanding? This is the fundamental problem or the fundamental wrong belief that we have. For example, મેં વિચાર તો obviously જ્ઞાનથી થાય છે. મેં વિચાર કર્યું કે હું આ ફોન ઉપાડું, તો વિચાર ક્યાં થયો પૂનમ? વિચાર તો આત્મામાં થયો નીલમ આંટી. વિચાર તો આત્મામાં થયું અને ક્રિયા, આ જે ક્રિયા થઈ, ક્રિયા ક્યાં થઈ? આ તો પૂતગલમાં થાય છે. Look at this phone moving. આ તો ક્રિયા તો પૂતગલમાં થાય છે. How are the two connected? It is like seeing two trains, Alka, going on parallel roads which never meet. But the mistake we are making is we are thinking that these two trains have become one. Bina aunty. Two trains, ek minute, Atul, and then you can ask. Two trains, Bina aunty, going on two separate tracks, parallel tracks. Can they ever meet? They can't meet. If they meet, there'll be an accident. There will be an accident. And like, what is the logical reasoning why they can't meet? Those tracks never meet. That is the reasoning. They were designed by the engineer. There's those two tracks, Atish, can never meet. In the same way, nature has designed Jeev and Pudgal in a way that in a bena gun judaj che. That's why they can't meet. This is the fundamental mistake that we have been making. અને એટલે આપણો અનાદિકાળથી આપણે રખડે છે. And the minute we realize કે ના હું જીવ છું, મારા ગુણ different છે, હું જીવ છું, મારા ગુણ different છે, અને આ પૂતગલ છે, પૂતગલના ગુણ different છે. Now I'll just finish in like one sentence and then Atul you can ask. ધર્માસ્તિકાય, અધર્માસ્તિકાય, આકાશને કાળ, એ લોકો આડા નથી આવતા આપણને, ખાલી આડું આવે છે આપણને પૂતગલ. કારણ કે ધર્માસ્તિકાય, અધર્માસ્તિકાય, આકાશને કાળ are functioning by themselves. But the mistake Jeev is making, Pudgal be actual ma adu nathi avtu, but the mistake that Jeev is making, the mistake that I am making, I am thinking that Jeev and Pudgal are one. Or one can help each other, or one does the work of the other. So this is the fundamental mistake. Okay, Atul, ask your question and then Sanya and Taisha.
Okay, હું accountant છો પણ soul છો, what accountant છો, doctor છો, what's the difference? Why is everybody so different in their knowledge?
Very good question. The reason is that Gnan, we have learned Dravya Gun Pariyay. This we have got about 10 minutes now. So Dravya Gun Pariyay. ગુણ છે, ગુણ હમણાં જ we learned કે જીવના 4 ગુણ we learned, દર્શન, જ્ઞાન, ચારિત્ર અને સુખ. હવે જ્ઞાન ગુણ એકલાને લઈએ. ગુણની પર્યાય થાય, ગુણનું modification થાય. What we have learned with so many examples. Okay, I buy a blue sweater. એમાં ગુણ છે, color is blue. And that blue color, for example, something spilt. So the blue color changes from red color, from blue to red. The change that is happening in the paryay. Now let's take another example, taking Atul's example. Jeev છે, જીવમાં ગુણ છે જ્ઞાન, અને જ્ઞાન એવી રીતે છે કે અતુલનું જ્ઞાન enables him to be an accountant. That is the change in the paryay of the gun, which you will understand, which is the change. And for example, let's take John, just as an example. He's born as a gardener. અને એનું ઈ સ્કૂલે નથી ગયો, so he obviously does not have the knowledge of accountancy, right? So his change in ઈ પણ જીવ છે, ઈ બી જીવ છે, ઈ જીવનો એક ગુણ છે called જ્ઞાન. and એનું જ્ઞાન એટલું બધું ખીલતું નથી, એનું જ્ઞાન એટલું બધું શું કહેવાય, naturally એનું એટલું બધું જ્ઞાન નથી થાતું એને એટલું બધું જ્ઞાન નથી થાતું. When like the boss is paying him at the end of the day for the money, he's calculating. So if the boss gave him 1,000 shillings, he's calculating how much am I supposed to give her back. એટલું એને simple basic નથી એને આવતું, કારણ કે naturally એનું જ્ઞાનની પર્યાય is not that evolved. That is a natural thing that happens, which we will learn now. Like, let's learn with examples. Sorry, what's her name? Sanya, and then Taisha. Ask your question quickly.
So my question was, what does Jeev and what does Pudgal mean?
Jeev means soul, and Pudgal means matter particles. Okay, you have learned this, but I think you have forgotten because you have not come for a very long time for class. But you have learned this, okay? So Jeev means soul. Jo Hamraj, let's take her as an example. Let's take, okay, not her as an example, but all of us as an example. For example, we learned something 5 years ago, and all of a sudden, after 5 years, we have not used that skill, so we forget about it. So that is the change in Paryay. That is the change in Paryay which is happening naturally. There was a possibility I had learned, for example, this is just an example, I had learned stitching maybe 5 years ago, but there is a possibility I can remember it today. But I don't remember even to how to hold a needle anymore. So that is the possibility that can be there. So that is the evolving in the Paryay. Now let's learn with examples. Okay, Taisha, ask your question, and then we've got 5 minutes, and then we do a few examples.
How does soul, Jeev and Pudgal belong together?
They don't. Such a good question, Taisha. You've asked such a good question. They don't belong together. Ever. Okay, they never belong together. Okay, so now let's take an example. Okay, let's start with Pudgal, with Pudgal, because all of us have done these examples.
How comes our body, our soul are mixed?
Are what? Mixed. Did you say mixed?
How is our body and our soul mixed?
But mixed, they are not mixed. They will never be mixed, because Bina Aunty pointed out, isn't it, that one day the soul will leave the body, and that we call it death. They are never mixed. They are never mixed. Okay, fine. Okay, so now let's take an example. Think about death. Okay, death is something which is a good example that the soul leaves this body, and this body is burnt. This body is burnt, like Taisha. The body is burnt. Now this body is burnt, it becomes into ash. The ash becomes into soil. The soil becomes into plant. The plant becomes into fruit. The fruit is what we eat. It goes in the digestive tract. It gets digested. It comes out as stool. The stool is again mixed with water when we flush. That again goes in the river. That water which goes in the river gets purified. We bring home that water again from the river. That water is purified. We drink that water. It is a never-ending cycle. We have all learned this. Matter particles cannot be created or destroyed. Matter particles can never be created or destroyed. Sanya, let's take another example. Like death happens, the body is burnt, it becomes into ash. The body becomes into ash. Then again, it is thrown in the river. That ash is thrown in the river. The fish eat it. The fish eat that soil, because now it has become into some form of coral which the fish eat. Now, there are some non-vegetarian people. Obviously, we are not non-vegetarian, but we're only using this example. That there are some non-vegetarian people who eat that same fish, who has consumed that coral, right? So again, that fish goes in the digestive tract. It gets digested. Then again, it goes back to the flush. Then again, it is thrown in the ocean. Again, in the ocean, some other fish eat it. Are you understanding? It is a never-ending cycle. It is a never-ending cycle. Pudgal, matter particles, Alka, we have learned this in physics, isn't it? In school, all of us have learned this in physics. Matter particles cannot be created or destroyed. Matter particles cannot be created or destroyed. The soul cannot be created or destroyed. I get the body of a female, I die, I become a body of a male. Then I die, I become the body of a lion. I die, I become a body of a heavenly being. I die, I go to Narak. I die. It continues. There is no stop. There is no stop over there. If we want to stop, we have to realize that anaji gun છે ને પુદ્ગલના ને જીવના, they are separate. અને ગુણ ને જોઈને હું આજ ગુણ તે મારા છે. That is where that stop can happen. And that Jeev cannot be created or destroyed. So that Jeev eventually goes to Siddhashila, becomes Siddha Bhagwan, and stays there for infinite years. So that soul is not destroyed as well. He will go to Siddhashila, and now he's no longer a he as well. So the soul goes to Siddhashila, and the soul is now residing there for infinite time. By only understanding the qualities are different, but at the moment, રસ કોનો ગુણ છે પૂનમ? રસ કોનો ગુણ છે? જીવનો કે પુદ્ગલનો? પુદ્ગલ, okay. પુદ્ગલનો ગુણ છે. But the minute we put something in the mouth, oh, this is really nice, and it suddenly becomes mine. That ras becomes mine, that taste becomes mine. Oh, karelanu shag, no. This taste is not mine. You know, this taste is everything we want to put my over there. કારણ કે આપણને જીવનો સ્વરૂપ નથી ખબર, પણ ગુણ કોનો છે? રસ. રસ ગુણ કોનો છે? પુદ્ગલનો છે. રસ ગુણ. ગંધ કોનો છે? We pass a butchery, Dipesh, and we suddenly close our nose. પણ હું તો જ્ઞાન છું, હું તો જ્ઞાન છું. હું કઈ ગંધ નથી, કારણ કે ગંધ તો પુદ્ગલનો ગુણ છે. But immediately we start to close our nose. But imagine if we just say, okay, this smell, I will just accept the smell as it is by doing gnan, by just knowing, by only knowing. But what do? We close the nose, or we quickly want to walk past by it. All of us do that when we pass a butchery or like a fishery. You know, we don't like that smell. Or like if a garbage truck passes, we don't like that smell. So we quickly, or if there's a flower, like a rose, which is smelling so nice, we go near it and we do want to smell it. So, because the smell is sweet. So this is gun thin be juda parse. Then pachi tyana ji gnan gun che te hun chu. Te hun chu. So that will slowly come. Because like step by step, it will sink in. It might not sink in one day, but at least today I'm sure. But then ek thing that everyone is going to take home today, that gnan ji gun che I atma no che, and it is not coming from the brain. Isn't it, Dipesh? So this is one thing that everybody will take home today. Isn't it, Atish? We can't see your face. That like, isn't it? Okay, like Dipesh is back. 1 second. Okay, yeah. So like Dipesh, everyone will take home one thing today. કે જે આ જ્ઞાન ગુણ છે એ આત્મામાંથી આવે છે, એ બ્રેઇનમાંથી નથી આવતું. And who can quickly raise their hand and explain one? Like very fast. Any one person, because it's time. Okay, Taisha. But say the correct answer, Taisha.
It comes from your soul, but not from your brain.
Why?
Because your brain does not exist.
Because brain is Budgal,
It's made
okay?
out of matter particles.
Good girl, Taisha. Very good answer. Okay, so brain is made out of matter particles, and that is the reason ત્યાંથી જ્ઞાન નહીં આવે. Yeah. And what?
Miss, and your brain does not have anything called like knowledge.
Good.
In matter
Very good.
particles.
Because it is matter particles. So this is one thing that everyone will take home today. કે જ્ઞાન ગુણ જી છે એ જીવમાંથી આવે છે, પૂતગલમાંથી નથી આવતું. It is actually time, but quickly, because today Srimad Rajchandraji's Janma Divas, just to give him that importance that he actually deserves, કે એને આપણો આ જે સમયસાર શાસ્ત્ર જી છે, જે કુંદકુનાચાર્ય લખ્યું છે, એને આ જયચંદજી છાબડા, he translated it from Prakrit to like Sanskrit. No, sorry, was it Prakrit to Sanskrit? Yeah, I think, yeah, okay, Prakrit to Sanskrit, and then it was translated to Dhundhari Bhasha after, as time started to go. There was a language called Dhundhari. Now Srimad Ji na hath ma jyare આવ્યો ના સમયસાર શાસ્ત્ર, એને એટલું બધું joy આવ્યો અંદરથી કે એને એક, like you can say, like the word that they have used is like koba, like, like bharine, like literally a handful of coins and a messenger na આપી દીધું. Forget giving it to the person who printed it or for the person. And એટલું બધું એને આનંદ આવ્યો, because samay means soul and sar means the essence. So the essence of the soul, how to experience the soul, is written in like Samay Sar Shastra, which Taisha and Sanya have to read one day because they are learning Gujarati. Okay. So this Samay Sar Shastra is of that એટલું બધું high importance નું છે. And he got it translated it from Dhundhari Bhasha to Hindi. And that is the reason why our Gurudev, Pujya, like Gurudev Kanji Swami, that is how by accidentally you can say, or like by chance, ene a Hindi nu Shastra mali gyu. And Hindi to we can read. But Dhundhari is so difficult for us to read. And like Samay Sar Shastra Hindi ma mali gyu. And that is how Akha India ma, he was able to preach for 45 years, 19 times in public on like Samay Sar, because obviously in potane to atma anubhuti thai, but Gurudev ketla બધા ને નિમિત્ત બન્યા atma anubhuti mate. But so many people after Gurudev even experienced the soul after learning about what is written in like Samay Sar. And one other important thing about Srimad Ji is that Srimad Ji and Gurudev Rahul have never met. They have never ever met because they had that time, like Srimad Ji passed away. And so like Gurudev and like Srimad Ji never met. But because Srimad Ji, like he had a lot of knowledge, like Dipesh, he had a lot of knowledge and he had predicted the future, and he printed 1000 Samay Sar Shastras. અને મૂકી દીધા એક બાજુ. એને કીધું કે થોડાક વર્ષ, maybe 30-40 years પછી એક માણસ આવશે, એનું નામ ક થી શરૂ થશે, એટલે કાંજી સ્વામી, અને ઈ આવીને બધા શાસ્ત્ર લઈ જશે, and then પછી આખા ભારતમાં સમયસારનું spread થશે. And that's exactly what happened. So that is the reason why we are remembering Srimad Rajchandra, because to preserve Jain philosophy, to preserve what actually Kundkun Acharya wrote 2000 years ago, Srimad Rajchandraji has played a very big role, a very, very big role. And આપણા બધાય Jin Mandiroma always Srimadji no photo hoya જ, because this is the role he has played to preserve Kundkun Acharya's Vani. Okay, so like Sanya, in case if you didn't understand, tomorrow I will explain it to you. Okay, it is time. Let's not take any more